How y'all doing this evening? My name is Leonard J. Parker Jr., and I'm a retired teacher from Louisiana public school system. I did 30 years in the Louisiana public school system. I'm going to have a show called Ain't No Way This Happened. And you're gonna have to figure out if it happened or not. Now I must say, I can't tell the last time I told a lie. And everything lying is just not in my DNA. So everything I tell you pretty much gonna be the truth. But you gotta figure that out if it is. Most of the stories are gonna be some things that I was exposed to and I experienced. But some of them are gonna be some of my friends that they experienced that they told me about what happened to them. So you figure out if it's the truth or not. Our first story is in 1990, I was at a school and they had the best basketball team in the state. And I go to the basketball coach and I say, hey coach, I got a proposition where we can make some money. And he said, I'm always ready to make some money. So I said, why don't we take your state championship basketball team and let's play against my PE basketball team. And he looked at me and said, man, why you trying to bash me in front of the school? Because we was gonna play in front of the school. But I ended up convincing them to play that game in front of the school. And we was gonna charge every student $1, and we had 1,300 kids. And we went out and got a sponsor, Coca-Cola, to be our sponsor. And Coca-Cola said, we have some plastic bottle drinks, Cokes, and every kid coming to the game is gonna get free Coke. Now we knew at least 1,000 kids was gonna come and pay that $1, and we knew we was gonna sell a concession and make another $1,000. And so we was gonna split about $2,000, you know, between my PE department and his basketball team. So we ended up having a game, and we sold over 1,000 tickets, and everybody got a free cold drink. And the game was going pretty good. My PE basketball team against his state championship 23-2 basketball team. That was their record. And it was going pretty good, about what and what. And then something broke out. One kid threw a Coke on the floor, and it almost got to the other side. And then you saw another Coke, and then another Coke. And before you know it, they had about 500 cold drinks in the air going across the bleachers, from bleacher to bleacher. People was picking up Cokes and throwing Cokes. And it was a melee of Coke throwing everywhere. And I didn't know what to do. I said, we trying to do something positive. Look at what's happening at this school. We got cold drinks flying everywhere. We had one teacher come up, a veteran teacher, and he got on the mic and he calmed everybody down. Can you imagine you doing something positive to help the school, to raise money for the PE program and the basketball team, and you got over 500 cold drinks in the air going back and forth on the court? It was a disgrace. It was pretty much a disgrace. Well, a couple years later, I wasn't at that school no more. I just didn't see where they wanted to become a better school, and I left that school. My second story is at another school I went to, a middle school, also in the 1990s. I was doing real good. I was the PE teacher. I had the basketball team, the football team, and we was doing good. I had the track team. Everything was going well. And one day, I was on duty. We're gonna call it bus duty in the gym. So you got the whole school in the gym, and they call a bus 314, and the kids walk out to their bus 113, they walk out to their bus. Little did I know, they had 2 students making a bet. And the bet was, I bet I'll slap Coach Parker in the face. Well, how much you want to bet? I bet you $1. I'll go up to Coach Parker and slap him in his face. Well, I just got out the military 2 years prior. I'm about 350 pounds, 250 pounds, all muscle. And that's gonna be a heck of a thing if a kid do something like that. So they called that kid bus, I'm gonna say bus 110, And that kid got up and walked towards me. I didn't know what was going on. And before you know it, he had slapped me in my face. And then what did he do? He took off running to the door to try to get on his bus. And I just reacted. I just got slapped in my face. And I ran and I caught that kid before he got to that door, the back of his pants. And I picked him up in the air with one hand, my left hand. And my right hand proceeded to whoop his behind. About 6 licks. Basically, don't be playing no games with me. And then I put that kid down, he walked and he got on his bus. And the vice principal was looking at me. And right when we got everybody out of that gym, I went to the vice principal office and I wrote that kid up for slapping me in my face. Now the next day came up and the vice principal and the principal said I should be terminated for what I did. The kid was given 5 days suspension from slapping me in my face. And y'all gonna terminate me for getting slapped in my face? So I had to go get a lawyer. And the lawyer, we fought and we won. And this is the thing that nobody knew with this thing. The kid's parents was on my side. The kid's parents was like, that's bad what our kid did. Our kid shouldn't have done that to you. And what you did to our kid was just. But the principals didn't want to hear that. They just wanted me out of there. And I won my case. And the reason why I won my case is because the lawyer told the principal and the vice principal, if that happened to you, what would you do? And you know they was politically correct. The professional answer was, we would just walk away. Or we would write the kid up. We would call the peer parent. Oh, no, partner. See, the reality is this. You don't even know what you're going to do until it happens. You can't say what you're going to do until it happened, unless it had happened to you before. In this case, it had never. So I left that school with a good letter of recommendation, but I couldn't trust my bosses, so I had to leave that school. Now you have to decide, both of these stories. Do you think they had 500 cold drinks crossing that floor at one time? Do you think I picked that boy up and whooped him and then walked to the office and administration wouldn't even support me? These are the things that's happening in school systems. They never make it to the public. Nobody never know. Ain't no way this happening. You have to figure out if it is happening. This is Leonard J. Parker, retired teacher, signing off. Have a blessed night.